Welcome to Public Speaking Success. In this series of videos, we're going to give you a framework and practical tools to help you to be successful on your next public speaking occasion, whether that's to clients or colleagues. Hi, I'm Justin O'Brien and I've been a presentation skills coach for over 20 years. I've worked with entrepreneurs, architects, researchers, finance and construction companies on employee presentations and major bids worth millions of dollars. And this experience across many industries has given me a unique perspective on what it takes to have a real impact on your audience. Our ability to present and communicate effectively in business is one of the most sought after skills, and our personal and business success depends on how well we do it. What we've found is that there are some recurring foundational components to all presentations that will put the presenter in a strong position, irrespective of the type of presentation. We have broken this course into 7 videos. In this video, we'll look at our framework, and each subsequent video will cover off 1 or 2 of the 6 steps in the framework, and then in the final video, we will demonstrate some of the key concepts discussed in the course. One thing before we start, we're going to use the words public speaking and presentation skills interchangeably. There is a difference between the two, but the difference becomes more pronounced as we move to the advanced program. Okay, if you haven't already, download the workbook so you can make some notes as we go along. Let's start by looking at a framework or a set of steps that we've just mentioned. The benefit of using a framework is that it will make your presentation more relevant, effective, and persuasive. And when you do that, you become more confident. The first step is to complete a situational analysis. Here we get clarity around the details of the presentation, what it's for, and what you're trying to achieve. It's also useful when we need to brief a presentation team or anyone else involved in the presentation. It's also an invaluable resource when reflecting back and reviewing the presentation. Next is gathering your content. Initially, we find all the information we can and then filter it down to make sure all the information is relevant and ensuring it solves a problem for the audience. Making sure at this stage to include interesting anecdotes or short stories. Once we have all the content sorted, we need to place it into a structure so it's easy for us to deliver and the audience to remember. It's important here to reflect on our objective and to make sure the structure supports the objective we stated in step 1, the situation analysis. When we start to put our visual aids together, we need to remember one lesson: strategy first and visual second. The key is the visuals are there to help the audience understand your content, to aid them in that process. They are not there as a prompt to help you to remember what you have to say, although that may be an added benefit sometimes. Delivery is often what creates the most amount of nervousness in people. But what I've found is that this tends to decrease when people have developed a thorough strategy, because the strategy starts to shape the way that you deliver. The second thing to remember is to be you, to be authentic. Once we get our head around these 2 elements, our voice, movement, gestures will start to take shape. The last piece is having the discipline to review your presentation. What are you going to start or stop or continue to do? Okay, so that's an overview of the framework. There's more involved in each step than we're going to cover off here in this program, but what follows will give you everything and more to build and deliver an impactful presentation. The next video is about having clarity around why we are presenting, the situational analysis.